out, what do you personally hope to get from the event? What are you looking to learn? Who are you looking to meet?
I mean, I'd love to hear what other people's experience has been with TikTok. Like, I'm not going there to say that we know absolutely everything about TikTok, and we're still going through a period of learning ourselves as an agency. We have learned a lot, and obviously I will share all of that learning and the successes we've had. But I'd love people to come along and say, like, you know, this is what we found. Did you find the same thing when you did this, or have you thought about this kind of pricing strategy, or this way to engage with content creators on the platform? And just to be really open and start sharing things. I think there's nothing to lose at this stage of just being really open and saying, you know, how do we do this, and how can we help each other to kind of learn more and to scale up and take advantage of what TikTok Shop is now sort of able to deliver for businesses.
Well, I mean, I'm always looking at what the future could be for digital commerce. That's my primary job, and understanding what's required in order to make different things. My cat has come to join us. Understand what it is that Kellogg and other manufacturers are going to need in order to be able to succeed in those environments. I'm particularly interested to hear from a lot of the retailers that are going to be in the room in terms of what their vision for digital commerce is going to be for the future, and what they think the direction of things like digital retail media are likely to go into. Because then I can take that back to my organization and help us understand just how important certain things are going to be, what capabilities we're going to need, what partners we're going to need. And then I can use events like ChannelX World to really understand who some of those partners might be, what capabilities they've got that they can offer to my organization, so that as I'm looking at the future, I can start mapping out, well, we're going to need this capability. I know that these people are potentially able to do it. I might not need it just now, but I can have a conversation with them. I can understand, I can learn a bit more. So I always find events like this fantastic for inspiring me in terms of what the future direction is likely to be, what I'm going to need to put in place in order to succeed, and then to start having those conversations around who some of the potential suppliers and partners might be. Because what I do know is that no manufacturer or retailer can do this by themselves. We're all going to need partners. And so this is a great opportunity to meet a large number of them, to understand what capabilities they might be able to offer, and then to see how that fits into my view of what the future of digital commerce is going to be.
Well, I always work on the basis that stupid expression, but every day is a learning day. I think it's vital to always search for new connections, new ideas, lift your head up, if you like, from the day to day, and not be bogged down in too much detail so that you don't see the bigger picture. We do a lot of peer-to-peer benchmarking and information sharing across our sort of automotive marketplace space. So we are a UK-based company, only operating in the UK. So we therefore are quite happy sharing information and benchmarking with our peers across Europe, the US, Australia, Canada, whatever, and do so very frequently. But I think it's really useful to learn outside of automotive as well. So I think my particular focus will be trying to pick up useful tips and ideas in terms of how people are doing things in non-automotive marketplaces.
Well, I mean, looking at it, obviously the day has those 3 tracks down it, and each of those tracks genuinely has, you know, a wide variety of different brands on there, whether that be brands that are, you know, D2C or working through marketplaces. You've got premium brands, luxury brands speaking on the day, and I'm a firm believer that actually good ideas cross industries, cross different types of retailers, cross business models. So looking to try and listen to as many of those brands, understand what their challenges and opportunities are, how they're looking after the customer, and how they're using technology to deliver on that. I think that they're some key things that I want to try and get out of what looks like an action-packed day.
Yeah, absolutely. I think since I've started my journey as like an entrepreneur, I've kind of garnered the way of life of like, I just want to learn as much as I possibly can. So whether that be speaking, someone high up from eBay is going there. There's a similar competitor not a competitor, but in the same space that Edit London's going to be there. So I want to figure out like what their strategy is with their push on luxury fashion and where they see the most value. And because like there's not many brands there who have built up a following that we have on social media, but they probably do better than us in terms of revenue, profit, EBITDA. So it's like, how do they do it? Because if they've done it that way, we can exchange value and learn from each other, because there's not just one route. There's not just one route to success. There's loads of different ways. So like, I want to understand how those people have got there, and hopefully bring it back to my business and put it in, and hopefully it work.
Oh, definitely. I really like to learn what's the new trend and what people is working at, what's important for them. From a big brand point of view, I also like to see their understanding and how they intend to bridge the gap between Web 2 and Web 3. From my point of view, I think, Web 2 is not going away. Of course, it's not going away, right? It's like a credit card being launched for so many donkey's years. We're still sometimes, occasionally, paying cash. So these two worlds will be merged, and based on who's using it and intention purpose. So I like to understand some of the big brands, what's their intention, what are they thinking, and they're understanding Web 3. And also, I feel myself, since lockdown, since I work in Web3 blockchain world, I feel like I'm slightly out of touch with the real world a little bit. I like to meet my old colleagues, my old contacts, and to learn what they're up to again.